All right, let's go into theme settings. So flipping from one to the other is just that simple. Just click across, okay? Now, if I scroll down, I'm gonna see some cool stuff here to play with. And some of these are gonna work on your theme and some won't. So just be aware of it. Like for instance, here I am on the main page of this theme in particular, okay? See how it takes up the full width of the screen, okay? That's called fluid layout. If I want to box it, I could go box layout and we could update the theme settings. That's what we're on, theme settings. So I'm going to update it. Now, I don't know if it's meant to work on this theme or not. So let's see what happens. Well, maybe I would like it after I did all the changing. So box layout just puts a box, and you can control stuff like the coloring out here and the shadow coloring. But you've got a box, and yet the header goes all the way across, which is kind of cool, actually, you know. And it's going to look different on everyone's different devices. It's just the way of it. Okay. So if I were to, you know, tighten it up on a smaller device, it would just look like that anyway. You know, it's in a box, right? That's the whole idea. Okay. So it's up to you if you want it or not, but it's there. All right. So let me flip it back to fluid, though. Okay. Now, this is kind of a global setting. Do we want to enable the sidebar widget just generally speaking? And the answer would be yeah. It's like, do you want the sidebar on the left or the right, or do you want it horizontal? Horizontal literally means that the items in the sidebar, okay, these things go this way across the page. They form a section on the page, and you can decide how many elements are allowed in that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, elements, say. So you can decide that, all right? So you can play with those and see what that's like. That's really where that would be, because you could also have it do, like, if there were 6 items there, you could have it do 3 at the top and then 3 right below it, and they're centered, okay? And that would be, again, for horizontally, because otherwise this bit about row doesn't even make sense. Let me update that, see what that looks like. And that's why I like going back and forth between these tabs to see how things look when I do it. All right, see what it did? It put 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and 5, okay? There were just 5 things there. But it made it a section here. Now, we can make it look a lot better by getting the image corrected, putting a credit card's image here and a 5-star rating image there, okay? And you would do that under the sidebar section of the panel. All right, so let me just stick it left. One quick note, the difference between left and right isn't just on a main page, but think about it this way. It's a strategy concept. See, this is a line to the right. What if you're on a mobile phone? Which comes first? Well, that depends on which place you set it. If it's on the right, then you're going to see all the content first, and then after that, you'll see the sidebar. But if you have this thing set to the left, then on a mobile phone, you're going to see the sidebar before the content. So if you wanted to put a certain organization to the sidebar, and you wanted to put like your Facebook group, you know, and sign up to our Facebook group or get in the competition or something like that, and you want that to show up first, or an intro video, and you want people to see that quick, right? Before they go reading all the content, you want them to notice some of the stuff that you have in your sidebar on a mobile. Then what you would do is put the sidebar on the left on purpose. Okay, I think that makes sense. And you can even say flip it off, right? The page should expand to fill the space, okay? Let's see. Yeah, see that? It's taking up more room now. The regular content is filling out the page more. Okay, I think you see that. So, what else? Enable the Google Translator. You could say yes or no. You could align it to the left, center, or the right. And if I do that, then near the top of the page, we're going to have the bit about the translator, right? Except I didn't see it come up. All right, maybe not on this template. And that's something that we can put in there. So just let us know if you want it, and we'll make sure it gets added. It would be at the very, very, very top. And some templates certainly have it. Purpose of the translator is you can choose another language right away and everything on the page will change by Google Translation. So it'll be readable to anyone in any country. And you can actually, if you pay attention to the URLs that you're generating, you can even save the URLs and make them links. So by engaging that and making it work, then you can actually have a list of read this page in French, read it in Spanish, read it in, whatever you want, Chinese. Okay. Navigation. Do you want the navigation on or off? And the navigation button link and button text. Let me see what it is in this case, because it's kind of an odd one. It's like, well, isn't the navigation on? This is the navigation bar right here. So what was it asking about? I'm not really sure. Some button. Oh, I think it's the button on the end. Let's see. Nope, it's the entire bar. So if you want to take the navigation out of it, then you can do it. And that's a way to force people to read through the pages in the order you present them. You can have them read through the first page and then take a click here to get to page 2, click there to get to page 3, whatever. Whether you just intentionally want to put them through a process of page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can build it that way. Or you want different places going down the page where some of this goes to page 2 and then some of this goes to page 3, some of this goes to page 4, because you have different things they might be interested in depending on what your offers are. Okay. I'll turn navigation back on because we're going to wind up using it anyway. Breadcrumb settings. I usually don't like the breadcrumb unless I put some good time into making it look cool. Okay. Show you what I mean. You don't need a breadcrumb on the home page because there's no breadcrumbing. You're on the home page. But guess what? There's your breadcrumb. So you can change the fonts, the colors, the styling, the links, and all that jazz. And you could change the color of this bar. You could even make it transparent if you really want. And make that smaller print or something. Normally, we don't have a reason for breadcrumbs. We're not getting that far into the site, and people are really used to menus and drop-downs. So normally this is out of the way, and I don't normally like it. So you might flip your breadcrumb off, okay? And then, of course, you have everything else. You have your top bar, right? Well, yep, there's an issue when you turn the breadcrumbs off. Okay. All right, I got that note in. I'm going to update. Okay, breadcrumb back on for now. Top bar settings. Enable the top bar. That's stuff like call us here. And this right here, that's clickable link format for a mobile phone. It's a variable which you can replace. You can replace all variables. 834-6552, that's my number, right? You can always replace the variables. Okay, Control C. Boom, like that. Mail to, that's going to be your Bob at, gmail.com, right? And what's the text going to be? Oh, I see. That was, what's the number and what's the link? As a matter of fact, let me double check it. Because it's simple. It's going to be like, what's it supposed to look like and what's it supposed to say? What's it supposed to look like? What's it supposed to say? And so on. So just be aware of that. And we'll make these things work. Now, mail link, mail image, text, the mail text, the phone. These things are we've been pretty hard-coded with this stuff as variables for a long time. So some of these may not be reading off the front end after all. And if that's true, we're going to have to fix it. All right, let me see. Let's see how this acts. Okay, that worked. All right, so that's not a problem there. So everything updated then. It's all good. All right, so having said that, I can go ahead and change what the buttons say and stuff and where it goes. See, there's a button side text, and then top bar button text. There's two buttons, huh? Oh, yeah, like that one and this one. Find out this here, click here to read this. And then you can put a link, you know, for these things. And the link might be the same for them both. Again, just play around with it a bit because every template's a little different. But that's the idea, right? First button, you know, and I'll say second button. See if I'm right about that. And then the link can go to, you know, website-installer.com. How's that? Somewhere I would recognize. Okay, there's first button and second button. It's totally in the top bar. Yeah, so nothing to do with the nav bar. First button, second button, and this is not clickable. It's just verbiage that leads us to this, right? So it's like, check it out, click here, you know, kind of thing, or website installer, and then go there now, kind of thing, right? So that's what I would say. I'd say website installer, you know, like that maybe, and then go there now. Ha, yeah, boom. And it'll go. Okay, let's get back here. All right, we're starting to get some sense made of this, right? Now what do we got? Top bar social icon link. We got one for Facebook and for Twitter and for Instagram and for Pinterest. And that's those guys up here. Now, if you know anything about these are called FA icons, like font awesome icons. And there's a whole big list of them, and you can change them by clicking on this. And so just look through here. These are all the icons, the different icons. And yeah, we can change the colors and the size of the icons and everything. There's icons for everything. FA- who knows what. There's YouTube in here. There's microphone, mobile phone, phone, you know, all these different variations. Tumblr's in here. Twitch is in here. Tumblr square, a square version of Tumblr is in here versus sort of an open idea. FA Twitter and then Twitter Square. There's kind of both of those. There's locks and unlocks, upload and download and all that other stuff. So just use the name of the one you like. FA Twitter Square. I'm going to change it right now. Okay? And make it that. Okay? And so if I do that and do this, yeah, see that? The icon changed. It's in a square. All right. And then you can have it go to whatever link you wanted, which is like your page, right? Twitter.com/your page, right? Same with all the other stuff that's up here. Like in my case, I do have a Facebook link. I do have a Twitter link. I usually don't use them. I should. I've got a YouTube link, and I don't really use Instagram or Pinterest, although maybe I should. But the reality check is you can delete the ones you don't want. You can add more for the ones you do want. You can add another one. You can delete one. Okay? And that's exactly how that goes. Okay? So I can update and check, and sure enough, it's going to be just the ones I want. Okay? You can always make yourself look better by having more here that just click to the main page of the site. But if people are going to click on these because they want to join your Facebook group or something, you know, and you don't have one there, just be aware of that. There won't be one there. Okay. Navigation settings. What do we have up here? The navigation was for that piece. Okay. Oh, for the entire navigation link and so on. So what is with the navigation settings? I'm actually kind of confused what that one's for. It's almost like they created two navigation bars, and so it throws me off a little bit. What if I said no? Ha, it's gone, the entire navigation bar. Okay, I'll put it back. Too funny. Okay, I got it. All right. Banner settings. Enable the banner, yes or no? The banner is on the home page. The whole big first intro section, right? If I flip the banner off, see that? It just goes down to the next part, right? Totally drops that top banner, okay? And so what's in the banner? All the stuff you wanted. The heading image, you can click and see what that is. It's small title, logo, and all that kind of thing. You can look for this stuff. It's usually, yeah, like that one right there. Yeah, I was going to say it's alphabetical, right? Order. So it should be easy to find most of what you're looking for. Or else glance through some of the other folders if you're not sure. Okay. All right, there it is. And then what? We've got all of our variables for the main heading, heading, description, button text, button link. All right. And then the banner video icon, like the FA play. So what was all that? It's what you think. There's that first thing. Okay. Okay. And main heading, heading and description. Main heading, heading, description, button text, the icon for play. Ain't that cool? It's really like that. So then I'll say, hi there, world. And see if it's the cinder block fence or the other one that updates. It's either this or this, right? Aha, it is that top one right after the image. Okay, perfect. That made sense then. Just top down. And so there you have it. And then, you know, just all this stuff is here, right? And then we have the image on the side, banner slider 2. That is this image here, right? That makes sense. Okay, so that's really how the entire thing is laid out, by the way. The sections kind of go from the top down. See how we started with the basics? We started like totally with a body layout. And then, yeah, the sidebar settings, let's get that out of the way. And then very top of the page normally is Google Translator settings. Then navigation, breadcrumb, top bar, you know, things like that are it's either right there or right there, but they're close to each other. And as you go down, you're going down the page, okay? Now we got our About Us sections, enable yes or no. We've got all our About Us images and headings and stuff. Then we've got list item, icon and text and so on. And so really, if we just go looking down, we'll see the different things that are happening there, okay? Okay, 4 images, 7244 contracts awarded, whatever that was all about. Yep. Those were those 4, okay? And then the heading, the count, and the label. That's all, like I said, variables, but it's right there, okay? And we can change the fonts and stuff in the next tab. About Us main heading, image. So just go back and forth and you're going to find, this has got to be the main heading image, right? And you'll go back and forth and you'll just find all of the pieces. The keywords, and then the heading in the paragraph, right? And that was it. Yes. And then these list item checks, these 3, are those 3. Do you want more? Add more. You know, I could do it again with the check mark, and I might say like keywords 5 if there is that. Again, you can just put what you want for these things. Get rid of the variables until you learn how to use variables. But then that way you can have all the stuff you want like that, right? This is how you really make these changes, okay? Now what? The next section, then the whole page's content, right? And then the next section. I don't need to go through all these. It's pretty clear. There's always something you'll recognize. There's an image, and when you hover over it, there's an icon. It's clickable, so there's a link here. There's a title, and there's a description. Okay, so and then the whole thing is in a section that starts with an icon, and it has a main title, and then the subtitle, and then all of that, right? And then below it is the next section, and it's got its big old background image and its play icon, and then down here there's the testimonials section, and whatever the testimonials are, and apparently it was set for 6, but only 3 are there. We could add more to the testimonials to fill out the space. I'm not sure why it was like that. There's testimonial. There's 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's 4. Okay. Oh, I see. It's doing it like that. Okay. So then I just got to ask, Why all the space below here? All right, and then below that, what do we have? We have the next section and the next section. And again, it's stuff you can recognize. Header, subheader, icon, image, image, image. And each image has with it a title, a description, the verbiage for the link, and then where the link needs to go to. Every time you have a link, there's two parts to it. There's the anchor text and the URL, right? So there's always going to be two places to fill in for that. So there you go. So yeah, your featured stuff and the featured box images and the blog settings, yes or no for blogging, and the footer. So yeah, I'm not sure where the blogging is. Maybe it's not even on the page so much as just you're allowed to do blogs. And then down here's the pre-footer and the footer, right? Yeah, and they're just calling it footer. It's just an extended footer, really, in this case. And it's all the stuff that goes into the footer. Okay, I think you get the idea. There's anytime you see these, you can delete something, you can add some more, you can copy from another one above. And that way you can get access to a lot of stuff. You can put things in here, you can bullet point things. Just look at the front end and see where that probably would be, right? Footer links, main heading, 1, 2. There's only 2 of them? Okay. So footer links, main heading, 1, 2. There's only 2 of them. I don't see it. I suppose I will if I go looking more. Button with a bunch of keywords. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's probably this. So there's probably another section here with its header and 1, 2, 3, 4, right? That kind of thing. Oh, I don't know. I'd have to go through and play with it to find it all, after all. Because, you know, everything's a little bit different that way, but that's okay. So we've got our icon, then our 3 things here with their fonts, font logo ideas, footer logo link. Yeah, that's this. The footer logo and where it links to. And then comes footer contact box icon image, location, call, and mail. And that's for the address line 1, address line 2, phone, and email. And so we know that's these things right here. Okay, that's those things, right? And then comes what? Footer links main heading with its 5 things. Okay, main heading with its 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. Okay, now I'm starting to get it. And then we've got the second section with its 5 things. And that's this section with its 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. Then we've got a header, a description, and a button text with a button link. Like I said, text and link go together all the time. Header, description, button, text, and link. And then what? Social icons. Oh, there's got to be social icons I was skipping over. Oh, they're right here. That's these guys right here. Right? And that's good. Okay, so now we know how to control the front end of our website. There are advanced things you can pull from, like looking up global variables from the global variables list, and you can insert them at will. There's 3,888 global variables in this production. How many entries do you want to show at a time, right? And so you can search for something like email and see what they got. Control email, you know, different things with the values. And then other stuff. But all this is kind of advanced, so we're not going to deal with global variables right now. Okay. Modules. That's modules like these. Okay. Themes. Yeah, again, other themes, but let's not go worrying about that. And var sheet loader, which goes with global variables. And again, we're not going to worry about that. So, okay. We'll get to those things another day. All right. So now that you understand how the sections work on the theme settings, the next part is equally fun. It's even more fun. You get theme, style, and typography, and that's where you get to change the color combinations, font combinations, and everything else. All right, see you there.